Yeah. So if I've been arrested for DWI in New Jersey and I contact you and I hire you, what's the process that we go through initially to get the case rolling and to figure out what's going to happen?
What I do is I send a letter of representation not only to the court but to the prosecutor. The prosecutor has an obligation to provide to us all the police reports. They call it discovery. And I also request any videos, maybe from the police car or from the municipality where you were taken to the police station. And then what I do is I read those reports, and then I make a copy of them. The reason I make a copy of them is I send them to my clients. And then I invite my client back into my office prior to going to court to review every single report and all of the videos so that we have a strategy before we go to court. We have a plan A, we have a plan B, so that when I go speak to the prosecutor, it's not the first time you've heard, oh, well, this particular factor or this particular fact was in the police report and the prosecutor's now talking about it and you've heard about it for the very first time in the courthouse. You'll know what's in the reports, you'll know the good and the bad, and then when we go to court, you'll know what our strategy is because you'll have helped formulate that. More than that, I mean, I've educated you so that you understand what the strategy is based on what the police reports say. And quite frankly, my client is my best witness because you were there, I wasn't. So I can then use those reports as a further interview. I can use it to refer back to my initial consultation where I interviewed you, review those notes, compare that to the police reports, and then speak to you again about the actual facts. And lots of times it helps my clients remember different things that they might not have remembered in the initial meeting. And that, once again, helps to aid in the strategy for when we go to court after reviewing those reports. So I get my clients actively involved in their own defense from the very beginning.
Okay. So when you have people review the police reports and the videos when they've been arrested for DWI in New Jersey, how often do your clients say that's not what happened? That the police wrote down something wrong, or you see there in the video, this is really what happened, and what the police said happened didn't happen.
It's quite common that the client will articulate something to me that's different than is reported in the police reports, which is why I try to do an extensive initial consultation, interviewing my client to get as much out of them as I can, because that's the closest in time to the event. But what's interesting is after going through the police reports with my clients, they also see that there are disparities in the police reports and differences and different perceptions sometimes. Often there are just things that are inconsistent with the truth, which my clients bring out to me and use as an aid in discussing with the prosecutor. The videos are extraordinary. There's lots of cases, especially with DWIs, that there's a video in the car from the police. It's a camera that's mounted on the right behind the windshield, and you could see quite a bit. Everything from the way the client was driving before they got pulled over, which may differ in the narration by the police officer, all the way to seeing the field sobriety tests. And very often, there's audio that accompanies the video, and you can hear the officer, and you can hear the responses of the client, and you can see how it mirrors more closely in many cases what my clients are saying, and differs from the police reports, especially the way field sobriety tests are conducted. They have to be conducted a certain way. There's protocols, there's procedures, and it's a good way to review that with the client. And there's always a possibility that you might want to bring in an expert to review the videos, police reports, and how it pertains to the way the police are supposed to run those field sobriety tests. So I find that in great many cases, the police reports and the videos differ quite dramatically from what my clients are telling me, not only in the initial interview, but as the follow up when we go through those reports. We can use those differences to our advantage.